Hi everybody, so today I am going to be doing the kids' bedroom for the doll's house. So as you can see, it is not in the best condition. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is cleaning it up. So getting as much of the press stick off the wall as I can, and these little, yes, I have gloves on because once that's done, I will then seal it. Well, not seal it, no, I will seal it with gesso. So I'm going to prime it with gesso. Once that is done, I'm going to tape it off. So I don't think you can see here, but the kids' bedroom sort of ends here, so I'm doing it in line with this sort of bar. So in the center, that's where the kids' bedroom will be. We'll maybe even do it here. No, that won't look right, so we'll do it, yeah, in the center. This side over here that you can't see, that's going to be the bathroom. So we're going to sort of line it up here with tape. We're then going to do half the wall. So the bottom half is going to be a pink, and the top half is going to be rainbow decals. So my daughter gave me quite a challenge. She said she wanted a rainbow bedroom, so we are going with rainbow decals. I think I'm going to battle here with getting it painted, so that's going to be quite a challenge, but we shall get that done. So the first thing I'm going to do is clean this up. Once that is done, then I'm going to tape it off. Okay, so I have finished gessoing. I'm going to go and wash my paintbrush. I almost said paint my wash brush. And I'm going to wait for this to dry because this is like damp from the gesso. So the reason I'm using the gesso is because I don't think I'm going to use the Granny Bees paint. Simply because my daughter has instructed pink, and I don't think I have enough pink left. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the door yet. I was thinking of having the inside of the door white and having the frame the dark pink, or vice versa, whichever. I'm not sure yet. So once this is dried, I'm going to come back and I'm going to tape it all off, and then we are going to get to painting it. So what I want to do with the floor, you obviously saw I gessoed the floor. So I've actually got this removable vinyl from Cricut that I'm thinking would look really cool on the floor. The only problem is my sheet is not big enough for the whole floor, so I would actually have to like cut it and figure out how I'm going to line it so that it doesn't look noticeable, if that's the word, that I have actually cut it, I guess. Or that I've added it together, yeah. But I think that will look pretty cool. So that's why I've gessoed the floor. Okay, so we're going to let this dry, put a fan on it, do all the things, and then we will come back, tape it off, and start to paint it. I have sealed off where we're going to paint. I really hope that my lines are straight. It's super, super difficult to work in such a small space like this. So this is the color pink that I'm going to use on the bottom. Now I did want to use the Granny Bees and keep it sort of uniform, but I feel like the whole outside is pink, and that is, so here's my problem. Okay, this is not Granny Bees paint, and I probably should have used a white base. I don't know if you can see that, so it's not giving any coverage at all on the black, which is obviously a problem. So I think I'm gonna have to put white there first, and then I'm just getting my paintbrushes. So I think I'm gonna have to do some white here first, and then go over it again with the pink, just to make sure that we get coverage, because this white, you know what I'm actually going to do? You know what? I'm actually going to use the Granny Bees to cover that up, because I know that the Granny Bees will cover it up. So it looks like we're going to have to do maybe like 2 coats here. So here's the difference between normal acrylic paint or normal paint and Granny Bees paint. Look at the coverage. There's your difference. So yeah, I love Granny Bees. It's amazing. I just don't have sort of the color that I want to use at the moment. So now we're going to, if I can find my paintbrush, move on to, there it is, move on to painting. So we're going to do the whole bottom in this beautiful bright pink, and then the top we're going to do white, and we're going to put our decals onto that. So we're definitely going to have to do more than one coat here, unfortunately. I would have loved to have only done one. Oh, oopsie, but again, that's the difference between normal paint and Granny Bees paint, which is fine. We'll make it work. Okay, so I guess we're gonna click our fingers and then come back and our first coat will be done. So I'll see you when that's done. Okay, so we're on like coat 4, and this is super frustrating for me, coming from working with Granny Bees to now working with this paint that is just not covering the wood the way that I wanted to. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cover this with some Granny Bees, and then I'm going to go over it again with this just to try and give it some better coverage, because the coverage is absolutely terrible, and it's super frustrating. So I'm going to try that. Let's see, we got our Granny Bees here. I hope I have enough left to be able to do this, because I don't really have a lot left of it. So I really hope. But I mean, look at that. Oh, it's so frustrating. So it's not frustrating on the part of Granny Bees. Granny Bees is amazing. It's frustrating that other paints can't live up to it, and I've just wasted so much of my time and energy doing this. I mean, look at that instant freaking coverage. Like, I should have just done this in the first place. So what I think I'm going to do in light of this, obviously I don't want to be working on this for absolute years on end. I mean, this is just one part of the bigger project. So what I'm going to do is, instead of doing the top white, I'm actually going to do it yellow, because I have a very light yellow, because I have it light yellow in Granny Bees paint. So that's hopefully going to save me some trouble. Yeah. So, I mean, the difference is huge. And it's frustrating because I've already put piles and piles of paint on here and not got the results that are expected. So now I'm getting streaks in my paint because it's so thick. It's, yeah, frustrating, but we'll get there. I don't know, I guess the moral of the story is, if you know something works, just, I mean, stick with it. It's great to try new things, but sometimes tried and tested works sometimes, I guess. So again, we are still going to go over this and cover the Granny Bees with our darker acrylic. The Granny Bees is just offering a beautiful base coat, basically. So the bottom of our wall is done, and I'm like super frustrated because obviously the acrylic didn't cover nicely. So I've got a lot of streaks and sort of, yeah, I'm not very happy. I should have just used the Granny Bees. Yeah, So I'm actually just going to go and order a whole bunch of Granny Bees paints before I finish the doll's house, because yeah, super frustrating. So this is one of the ones that I got in my box from Craft Buddies. This one is called Buttermilk. Now my daughter actually hates yellow for whatever reason, I don't know why, but she just doesn't like yellow. So I've actually mixed it, and I might regret this. So I've mixed it with some white, and I'm really hoping that it's going to give me some of that Granny Bees power in terms of coverage, but also that it's not going to be as yellow. So let's see how we go with this. I mean, it is giving me some of that Granny Bees coverage, but again, I've mixed it with acrylic and, well, normal acrylic, just a basic acrylic. So I guess I can't expect the world, but I am getting some of that Granny Bees coverage in here, which I'm kind of happy about. And it's not as yellow, it's more of like a cream. I might come to regret this later, mixing the two different types of paint, but let's see how we go. And that is what we call instant regret. So if you didn't see, I've actually already just scraped all of this off, and we're going to try something else. So I'll be back. Okay, so what we're going to do, instead of hassling with a color we don't like, hassling with a paint that doesn't cover, we're going to use the bubblegum milkshake one. So it's going to be a pink and blue room. I did initially want to make it a girls and boys room, so this is a nice way of bringing some, I guess, blue into it, which is boyish, and it's not a very bright blue, so we should be good with it, I hope. I guess let's see how we go. We are going to be putting vinyl decals on the top of the room, so it's going to be a split wall, and we're going to have the vinyl decals on the top. So I just want to show you how I'm going to do a basic template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up here. Because I don't have obviously a 44 centimeter length of vinyl, I'm going to have to do this where it just puts everything together, and then I'm going to have to try and sort of figure it out on the wall. But doing it here is going to give me a template to work with, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my first square, and that is going to be 44 long and 7 high. There we are. Okay, so let's make that a bit smaller. So this is above the door, and then I'm going to insert a second square, and this one is going to be 25 high and 15 wide. So that's going to go like that. And we're going to duplicate that for the other side. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to change this to white. So remember, this is just a basic template. So let's align this left. We're going to align these two to the top. We're going to align these two left. Sorry, Control Z. We're going to align it right. Okay, that's fine. It'll do. So this we're going to combine weld let's Control Z that. Let's move these up slightly. So if you zoom in, you'll be able to see better, and you can see they're not touching. So we Control Z. We don't want it welded, so we're going to move that up slightly. Move that up slightly, and then we can weld it. So it's not 100% perfect, but it's fine. Again, it's just a template for us to work with. Okay, and then we're going to insert 2 squares. Let's do the one first. So this is going to be 7 wide. 15 wide. And we're gonna do about 12. Let's see, 12. Yeah, that looks good. So this is going to be bright pink, or pink, let's say. It doesn't have to be bright pink. Okay, and then we need so basically what we want is we want to accommodate the stairs. So again, this is not exact. This is just a template for us to figure it out. We are going to manually add all of our beautiful little pieces on, so there's that. Our room is painted, it's looking good. I'm going to have to touch up the bottom, but I mean, it was to be expected. That's what you get for using normal acrylic and not using Granny Bees. Just saying. Anyway, so I've cut all of the vinyl decals. Where are they? And I designed a sort of template for myself so that I could see more or less where they go. So this is going to go up here, one big rainbow. So for the one at the top, I'm probably going to use, I am going to use transfer tape. That's going to make my life a whole lot easier. And then, is it green? No, it's purple. We need purple. And then for the rest of the small ones, I'll probably just use tweezers because it's super, super simple. So, where's my scissors? I've got my scissors. So obviously we want to make sure that the transfer tape that we use is not going to get caught, which this is. So we're going to cut some off. And for this, I am using removable vinyl, and I am using a cheapy transfer tape. It's actually the book cover. The reason for that is that I don't want to remove any of my paints. I don't know what those dots are at the back, but they're so round. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So first we're gonna do this one. So let's move it where you can see it. So I'm putting that down like so. Rub it on nice. And remember, when you remove your vinyl, your transfer, you know what I mean, that thing. Always remove the backing from the vinyl, not the other way around. So next we're going to do this one. And then the last one is going to be our yellow piece. Like so. I got such a fright. I thought my yellow was touching, but it wasn't. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trim this so that we can get it as low to the bottom as possible without anything catching. And I'm being careful not to cut my rainbow. Like so. Okay. So it's really difficult. I'm working on the second floor of the doll's house, so I'm sitting on the floor and my back is killing me. I'm too old to be doing this stuff, to be honest. So we're just going to get this in our centerpiece, like so. And we're just going to rub that on there. I think my daughter's gonna love it. She's probably gonna go crazy. Oopsie. Okay, we gotta make sure that's on there nicely. Oh gosh, now I can't get the transfer tape off. This is why I didn't want to use transfer tape. Just because it's such an awkward position for me. So, okay, so you can see I'm rolling it back on itself. That puts the least pressure on your vinyl, so you have less chance of it coming off. Ah, I think that's so cool. Sorry, you guys are skew. Let's see if I can straighten you out. I can't. I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to be skew. Okay, then what goes next to that? So I've got a whole bunch of stuff here. We need a pink heart. I don't know where my pink hearts are. That's not a pink heart. That's a purple heart. There's a pink heart. Okay, so I have my tweezers for this, and I'm going to just use my tweezers to apply it. I hope I left enough space for my heart. Gosh, I shouldn't have touched it. Oh, that's so cool. So again, I'm still looking at my picture to kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. So I found this really cool removable vinyl that I had in my stash, and initially I was gonna do blue clouds, but I thought these pink ones were super cute. Maybe we should do it lower. I thought that was super cute. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put this on speed so you can see me applying all the details everywhere. I think it's gonna look so cute once I'm done. So there we have our dolls, well, our kids' bedroom completed. So what I wanted to show you is that removable vinyl. So I did some stars, and honestly I think it's just great like this. So I'll show you. Let's apply a star. I don't know, I don't feel like the stars kind of go with what I'm trying to do here. You can obviously let me know what you think. Sorry, I know you guys are skew at the moment. But what I wanted to show you is removable vinyl is called a renter's dream, and the reason for that is you can put this onto your walls and it's not going to remove your paint when you want to take it off. So I mean, you can see it's on there. If I hook under it, I can actually pull it off. So if you're going to scratch at it, obviously it is going to come off, but it's not going to remove your paint. So you could do your walls at home. You don't have to necessarily do a doll's house. This is just what I'm busy working on currently. So you could do your walls at home, and when you're ready to take it off, it's not going to remove the paint. So it's a good option if you're renting or if you want to change up your space often. So, I had loads of fun doing this. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I hope that it's going to inspire you to get going on some wall decals, decorate your space, if not a doll's house. I can't wait to see my daughter's face. I really think she's going to like it. It's not what I had in mind, but I actually really love the way it turned out. A lot of mistakes, a lot to learn, but it was good. So I still can't figure out what to do with this door. I was thinking of maybe doing the door blue and then doing the frame pink, but I kind of feel like that's, I don't know if I should carry on with the half pink and the top blue and then the frame. I'm not 100% sure. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. I'm absolutely shattered at this point. My back is killing me. I'm sitting on the floor, like digging into the doll's house. There's got to be an easier way to do this. Also, I'm going to really battle in straightening this out. You can see that it's not very straight. So that's going to be another adventure, I guess. But for now, I'm done. I'm tired. It was good, and I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching.
Will you